Well, this project escalated quickly. When I ripped the bumper off, I knew that the frame failed over here. And once I got into it a little bit further, I also found out that the frame forward of the leaf springs also cracked like crazy on both sides. So what I ended up doing was taking some heavy duty 2-inch angle, jamming it in there, sledging it in, plug welding it from the frame itself. I actually also built a body mount here. Cut the rubber part, the bottom rubber part out of it, so it's basically just a solid mount. Used a couple pieces I had from a winch plate to make a body mount out of that. So it's plug welded at the frame, plus it's got a 12mm bolt going through the body mount to the body. Basically using the body itself as a brace for the whole frame, since the thing is rotten. Bolts would not come out of there. Had to actually cut the leaf spring shackle, be able to get that thing out. The leaf spring mount, let me see if I can better picture of that. So that's actually some NPT pipe that I cut and welded on the angle iron itself to make a leaf spring mount and a lift at the same time. So ends up being a free lift, which isn't a bad thing. Put a mini spool in the rear itself. Got one on eBay. Cheap one that nothing fit. I had to machine it, which was a monster because it's really hard. I went through 2 carbide end mills in order to machine everything to get it to fit. But now it fits. I also built this bumper out of some 1.5 by 10-inch C-channel that I had laying around. It actually came home in my Colorado truck when I bought it, because the guy was using that truck as a it was his work truck, and he was a welder. So I got a bunch of steel with it. That doesn't hurt. Put a hitch tube in there so I can mount the winch. Little D-ring there, so I've got 2 anchor points, so if I got to use a snatch block or something like that, I can come back to it. I'm turning the spare tire carrier into a high lift mount, because you can't see a damn thing out of the back with a 31-inch tire on the spare tire carrier. I'm just going to run a spare up on the roof, call it good. Still a ways to go on this thing. I did create some new stickers for it. Rather than going with the ZR2 style like I was gonna, I made a Z71 style sticker that looks pretty sweet, I think. I'm gonna put a roadkill sticker up on the top too, why not? But oh yeah. So up here, doing the fuel lines because they're rotten and leaking. And it is a nightmare to work on anything on these. The engine is so close to the body. I see why the guys do body lifts on them. But run some nylons. First time I've used nylon. But from like the leaf spring, the front leaf spring mount and back, it was already nylon, so that makes it easy to tie into. I just cut the steel lines right where they go into the spider injector, and use those compression fittings that go from steel to nylon. They're kind of a cool little deal. First time I've used those too, but yeah, pain in the ass and more work than I was planning on for a beater. But should be pretty cool. We're going to throw a LED on the roof. And probably just figuring out the length of cable I needed to do a posi lock for the front axle. Found a lawnmower cable, locking cable for like $12. So we're going to make that work rather than buying a posi lock for like 160 or whatever the hell it is. But about the last thing left I've got to do is just splice those nylon lines in and replace these front leaf spring hangers, because they're nasty too. The other side's basically just as bad. But these bolts will not come out, so I got a couple things I got to try to see if I can get those things out of there. What I've got to replace those are actually Ford Ranger leaf spring mounts. They're like 1/8 of an inch narrower But I should be able to jam that in there, and if not, I can just take a grinder the rubber bushings and sleeves that are in the leaves here. Don't want to dick around trying to press bushings out of the leaf springs here. But yeah, it's plug welded up. Pretty damn ugly, but I think it'll hold up. I mean, everything's pretty terrible, so it's obviously a lot better than it was. I don't think I'll be able to pull full-size trucks out of the mud with this thing without ripping the whole back end out of it, but I just won't do that with this. But should survive a gambler. That's really what I'm looking for. I guess we'll find out. So here's my first try trying to smash it through a little plow wall up onto the snowmobile trail. And apparently this just doesn't have enough weight to be good in snow. Definitely not as good as a Silverado, but you know, it'll still be good in the mud. And if the snow's not that hard packed, it may be alright. Drive it. First time driving anything with a clutch. And you know, he did alright. Not too bad. It was in low range first gear, so it was almost impossible to stall. But he was whining it out like 5,000 RPMs up the hill here. But really, he did pretty good. Cut a little tight, got in the snow, but throttled through it. Kind of fun teaching the kiddo to try stick. Backing up here, he got a little bit squirrely and almost put it in the barn. But you know, not bad. You know, first time driving stick and a lot going on there. I wasn't driving when I was 10, that's for sure.
Stay straight!
So I did get this hunk of shit together. Took it for a run. It's kind of light for real deep snow. Gets hung up. But I got the Ranger shackles in. Put the LED bar on. Made like a visor out of some 1/8 inch ABS plastic that we use at work. Worked on the front end, blacked it out. Hate chrome. Chrome sucks. Made a license plate for it. I think looks pretty sweet. Welded a bar across for the front hitch so I can run the winch on the front or the back. I'll put a picture of the fab on that up here. And I made some longer shackles for it. Fabricated some with the spring mount being too far forward because I never measured anything before I hacked the back of the frame off. I didn't get much lift out of relocating it down since I also relocated it forward, so the longer spring shackle is a little bit of a lift and it helps decrease the angle a little bit there since my placement isn't quite right. But yeah, doesn't work too bad. I'm gonna do some more bombing around it now. I'll put a little GoPro mount on here too. A lot better to rip on it than to work on this hunk of shit, so see if I got further than I did yesterday. No. See if I can make this loop. Oh, Jesus. no backing plate to hook it to anyway. Snow wall up here. I think we're stuck now. Yeah. Right, put the winch on it. Alright, kiddo, that's where we're going right now.
Are we stuck?
I'm done.
I'm done.
I wondered if it would make it. Oh man, I'm stuck in a snowbank. I'm going out the passenger side. Oh, you actually going out, bud? Nice. Yeah, just don't have tilt wheel either. Oh, do you want out or you want to?
Yeah.
Sit in?
Tank. Tanker. Tank.
Jesus, that had to work. Oh, there's a stump there. That's what I got stuck on. Oh, fucking sideways. Oh, might get stuck here. Yep, maybe. We're locked. I wondered about unhooking that. Oh man. Yeah, no wonder we're stuck. Oh. Alright. Hey, Wiener.
Come here, baby.
Yeah, so this thing kind of sucks in the snow. Winch a piece of shit again.